Shalom. This is your brother Barawan giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Rakah, Kwadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God which the scripture speak of, and Yahweh is only begotten Son, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and the Rakah, Kwadash, which is the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, pushing 100% to the gospel, truth of the gospel, helping to wake up and to seal the elect of the nation of Israel. And salutation to you, sincere Akimadad, that are pushing this gospel in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and freedom to do so. And so, what we're going to go into today is, as you can see clearly here on the screen, rape. Because that's turned into a trending topic in Nigeria for some reason, Because out of nowhere, the numbers of people that are getting the numbers of women that are getting sexually assaulted just jumped up. And when I say out of nowhere, I'm speaking that I speak of it sarcastically. The numbers didn't go up. The numbers are pretty much the same. It's just that the news cycles have gone full circle and come back to the whole rape matter. Because we know how the news works. Once the topic stops being relevant, or once they need a distraction, they bring up one of the old topics that they've been talking about before. And right now, that topic is concerning rape. And the others and the apostles of Great Millstone, they already touched on this matter. They already said what needs to be said about this matter. They've already given it they already broken it down scripturally, which is the only and which is the true and the right way to break it down, scripturally. So I'm just going to do it again because that matter when they broke it down, I was in the truth during that time, and it was a huge deal. The other Israelite count, specifically IUIC and IUCPK, they started calling the elders and the apostles. They started calling them rapists and pedophiles because of they read the rape laws, or at least the laws in the scriptures that relates to rape the most. They just read it from the scriptures. That's all they did. They read the Bible and they started being called rapists and pedophiles. Imagine that. Then it just shows you that most of these Israelite camps, they don't believe what they teach. They don't actually believe in the scriptures that they are reading. Because when the elders and the apostles read those rape laws, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But these Israelites, they came against it, even though they won't do any video responding to how it's wrong, or they won't show how they won't bring out any precept to show that the other than apostles breakdown was wrong, because they know that deep down that they're right, because that the breakdown, it's plain as day, man. Even a two-third J could get it. It's that simple. But that's beside the point. What I was going to focus on right now is that prison rape thing has become a huge deal in Nigeria, so much so that people are rioting about it. Even the George Floyd protests, the race war protests that are going on in America. People are storming the U.S. embassy here in Nigeria, and they're rioting about it. But they're also rioting about this rape thing. So I'm just going to go through the precepts, for any of you brothers or any sisters out there, you Akiyama, you Agwata, that don't know what the scripture says concerning rape. I'm just going to go through the precepts, to show what the scripture says concerning rape. So first of all, we have the definition of rape here, the etymology rather, because here at Great Millstone we like to actually know what our words mean before we say them. And the rape basically means to grab. So this is the etymology of rape, and it reads: late 14th century, seize, prey, abduct, take by force, and form is rape. And from the Anglo-French rapere, which means to seize and to abduct, basically to grab. So that's the real meaning of rape, because in actuality the scriptures does not have any laws concerning rape, because there is no such thing as rape in the scripture. Rape is a man-made concept by Esau. That word, the term rape, as concerning sexual assault, I won't say that there is no such thing as sexual assault, but that whole rape thing, I won't say it's a made-up word, but the word is used out of context, because what the word basically means is to grab somebody, to seize, to take hold of by force, which can also be applied, which can also be used in a sexual manner. But the word isn't just exclusive to sexually assaulting somebody, even just fight, even just assaulting somebody physically. that can also be considered rape. But that's beside the point. Let's just get some of the precepts concerning rape. Let's just get some of the precepts concerning rape and just close out. It's going to be a quick video, not really that long. Alright, so this is the case that started the whole rape talk in here in Nigeria. A university student was raped and killed by 4 men. So this is the article right here, and it reads: outrage as 4 men rape and kill Uniben undergraduates in church. And it reads: the rape and murder of Mrs. Vera Omozuwa, a 22-year-old 100-level microbiology student of the University of Benin, which is Uniben, in a church has fueled national outrage. Omozuwa died yesterday after doctors battled for 3 days to save her after she was gang raped by 4 unknown men and beaten to a pulp with a fire extinguisher. And this case, which was reported at the Oregbeni police station, Benin, has elicited outrage with justice for Uwa trending on all social media platforms throughout yesterday. And the undergraduate was said to have gone to her church, the Redeemed Christian Church of God. A demonic hellhole. Anyway, Edo Province, 10 Ikuba Hill, Benin, to read when the cultists raped and killed her. And she was found hours later by the church's security guard, who had earlier visited the keykeeper to get the church's keys, but was told Omozuwa was with it. So that is basically the case right there. And according to the scriptures, these 4 men are supposed to be murdered because not only did they rape a woman and which was obviously a Jake, obviously an Israelite, but they also killed her as well. These 4 men are supposed to get the death sentence. But what this case did was, it brought out all the other cases, or all the other rape cases that weren't addressed all over Nigeria. People started doing the Nigerian version of Me Too movement. Women that were raped like 2 or 3 years ago, are now coming out and claiming that, so they're coming out saying that so and so person, sexually assaulted them, all this kind of things, all this kind of madness. So before I'm going to go into the rape precept, I want to go into the rape scripture. I want to get the precept first. Let's see. Let me remember the precept I was trying to get. I think that is from the book of Isaiah. Can't remember how it goes. Let me think. Seek out of the book of Yahweh. Let me just type meets. Alright, so here it is, Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16, and it reads: seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. And the reason why I'm reading this precept is because that a bunch of 2/3 and all these other people are in the world, they're going to get hurt because they could get hurt and offended by this word, and because of the things that, because of the way in which the scriptures handle, because the scriptures handle sexual assault, they're going to get offended by it. The way the scriptures handle rape, the laws concerning rape, they're going to get offended by it. But guess what? This scriptures has the final say. This is the end of right here. These are the words of the Most High, the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And whatever he says goes. No arguments and no bitching and screaming about it. Alright. So let's get that in Romans chapter 3 verse 3, and then we'll go into the rape laws. So it's the book of Romans chapter 3 verse 3, and it reads: for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of power without effect? So what if they don't believe in? What if they say that, oh, these laws are too harsh, and this isn't right, and that is not supposed to be, how the things go. That is unbelief right there. And this is what they read. And I continue from verse 4. God forbid. Yea, let power be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. In other words, anybody that does not agree with these scriptures, anybody that does not agree with this, with what I'm about to read out of these precepts, they are basically a liar, because they are not adhering to the truth that is in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright, so let's get it. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 22. So we'll start with from here. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 22, and it reads: if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman so shall and the woman so shall thou put away evil from Israel. This is basically the laws concerning this is basically the law of adultery. And this is what adultery boils down to. A man going and lying or sleeping with a woman that has an husband, and that is it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not a married man sleeping with a it's not a married man sleeping with a woman. Whether the man is married or unmarried, if he goes and sleeps with another man's wife, it's adultery. And if a married or unmarried man goes and sleeps with an unmarried woman, guess what? That's not adultery. It's just called having sex. All right, let's continue going down from in chapter and continue from in verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto her husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones, that they die. The damsel because she cried not, being in the city, and the man because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. Another case of adultery. And this is why those cases of women coming out after years after allegedly being raped is invalid, especially if those women are not married. If they are married, because if they are married, it's just it's not a case of rape, it's a case of adultery. And if they're not married, guess what? They had sex with their husband, and that is that. Because I'm going to read them and you see why I said what I said. And I continue from verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. So in other words, if the woman is carried into a place where she cannot scream, where she cannot what's what I'm looking for? Where she can't shout, where nobody can hear her scream. Well then, and this only applies for married women. This only applies for married women. The case of an unmarried woman or a woman that is not or a woman that is not engaged, it's a different matter entirely. But all this only applies for married women. If they carried her to a place where nobody can hear her scream and they raped her there, and she goes and she goes and reports the case to the elders, to the elders of the city. And then when she reports the case, when they hear the details of the case and they find out that there was no way that anybody could have helped her in that situation. That is the only situation that is the only case where it is rape. So first of all, one, she has to be married. Two, when she was assaulted by the man, it has to be in a place where nobody could hear her scream, nobody to come to her aid. And three, immediately after it happens, not 2 days after, not 2 weeks after, not a whole month or a year after. Immediately after it happens, she has to report the case, because if she delays, if she tarries, guess what? That is changing from rape to adultery. So, if you want to use the legal term, it's statute of limitations. So, statute of limitation will be if I wanted to be, if I wanted to be kind and just give a little bit of leeway for the situation, it would be maybe 48 hours, And if she was in a position where she was rendered unconscious, I guess it doesn't apply. It applies 48 hours during the time where she is conscious, or she's conscious. Anyway, I continue from verse 27. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. All right, so this is from verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found. In other words, if the woman is not engaged or is not married, so this is a woman that is completely unmarried, which is the case of most rape victims. So let's hear what the scripture says concerning that. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. And that's basically the laws concerning rape. So long as the woman is unmarried, like scripture says in the book of Exodus chapter 22, if a man entices a maid and lie with her, he has to make her his wife, and that's basically it. So this whole thing concerning consent, I people keep talking about, consent. There is no such thing as consent according to the scriptures. So that means that there's no such thing as consent at all. That's just a made up. That's just a fable that Esau made up to to give women, to make women believe that they have power, but in reality, there's no such thing as consent. And in the case of the woman has started, the case of the woman's death has started this whole thing. Those four men, they deserve the death sentence because what they didn't do was what they didn't just. They deserve the death sentence. Not only did they just take another man's property and do with it as they please, but they also killed. But they also raped the woman until she died. So those four men deserve to be put to death. Alright, so this is all I have to say concerning the whole rape matter, because it has been going on for a while here in Nigeria, and I didn't really put much thought into it until it started becoming to like what it's been 3 days now, and the news is still talking about it. There are still protests about it, and people are even the legislators in these countries coming together to what's what I'm looking for. They're coming together to re-evaluate the rape bills. So we also have to speak on it, As one of the few men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that is here in West Africa, I have to speak on it, and filter the matter through the scriptures, which is supposed to be how it is done. And these are what the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua says. With that, I hope through the Spirit that you brothers are edified. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Rekakodash. Shalom.